the ideal of creation, which is fulfilled through love. 16. God is incorporeal. From the origin, He divides Himself to such an extent that He becomes invisible. That is, since He divides Himself infinitely, He becomes invisible. Then, when these divisions come into union, God is born again, grows up and reaches the zenith. Then how can God perfect Himself? This may be the first time you have heard such a question, but it actually makes sense. God too has to reach perfection. I am not talking about the perfection of knowledge, for God is omniscient. The ideal of creation is not about the perfection of wealth or power, but the perfection of love. 17. God is the absolute being, but He also absolutely needs love. God also exists because of love. He lives for love. Each human being was born to embody the internal quality of one of God's dual characteristics. Adam resembles half of God's character and Eve resembles the other half. Therefore, neither can reach perfection alone. A man cannot reach perfection on his own and a woman cannot reach perfection on her own. A man has to meet a woman, and a woman has to meet a man. 18. How can human beings reach perfection? There is no way that, on their own, a man can perfect himself or a woman can perfect herself. This is because each is only half complete. They can only be perfected fully through total unity in love. Furthermore, to reach perfection, Adam and Eve absolutely need God. They need a vertical relationship with Him. That is, for their perfection, Adam and Eve need both vertical and horizontal relationships of love. Otherwise, they cannot engage in the circular and spherical motions of love. For this reason, Adam absolutely needs his horizontal relationship with Eve. By the same token, Eve absolutely needs Adam. 19. For the sake of love, God divided Himself into man and woman. The invisible God, as one united being, cannot experience the stimulation of love. It was to feel this stimulation that He divided Himself into man and woman, manifesting His incorporeal substance into corporeal substance. He manifested His incorporeal internal nature and external form in the substantial realm of corporeal internal nature and external form. These must become one if they are to return stimulation to the realm of incorporeal substance. Since God exists as the incorporeal substantial being, corporeal substantial beings must become one with God through the love of their incorporeal internal nature and external form. So when a man and a woman become substantial object partners by becoming one with each other, they finally become the partners of God's love. 20. The creation of human beings, God's manifestation in substance, reflects God's own growth. God finds this process interesting and stimulating. Human beings feel the same way. An artist paints with the idea of creating a masterpiece that can express his or her inner attributes fully and substantially. In order to do this, the artist has to wrench the essence and energy from deep inside his or her bone marrow, and invest that into the work.